freaking tow pig. Oh, my tow pig. I love you, baby. We gotta get you back to going. Well, the tow pig needs some love, and I wasn't really going to spend the love on it until a couple weeks from now. I was going to change oil in it today, and that was about it. Well, something is wrong with the transmission, I think. It's like, if you guys, I know there's a lot of you millennials out there, and you don't even know what a standard shift transmission is, but you got to learn when you're driving one of those that when you come to a red light, you got to push the clutch in. If not, the engine's going to start shaking, and it'll die if you don't get the clutch pushed in. Well, I've never had that happen to an automatic until the last couple of days to a week. At first, I thought it was a bad rotor, and then as I drove it, I'm like, this feels like I'm not pushing the clutch in. It's like, that makes no sense. So I started tuning in on the sounds of the engine and everything. So when I'd come to a stop, it would just start shaking like I wasn't putting in the clutch, if y'all know what a clutch is. So now I got to change the oil. I called, well, I just told you I got to change the oil. Well, I called old Mr. Sam Weiss himself and got some advice from him. And I told him the transmission had been rebuilt. It's got the billet torque converter, multiple disc or whatever is inside it. I don't know. I'm not a transmission guy. I just paid to have it built about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And he was saying that did I ever change the oil or the fluid after it was rebuilt within like 2,000 to 5,000 miles after it was rebuilt? I was like, no, they never told me to. They're just like, have a nice day. And he was like, well, that's kind of bad on them. You should have changed it back then, and then you should have already changed it again since then up till now. So this is going to be the first change recommendation from him. So you're going to see me change the oil, change the transmission fluid, and then go drive it. Hopefully it works. Hey, welcome back. We're under the tow pig. 2002 F250. I try to keep it serviced regularly because I don't want to buy a new truck. New trucks ain't worth it. So I don't want one. And there's a drain pan plug back here. Let's see if I monkey fuck this oil filter on here. Oh, she's moving. Oh, she's it moved. It must be heat transfer because I know better to put one on this time. Put my fat ass behind it. Come on, baby. Don't stop now. Oh. Let me move my new camera. She's loose. Alright, she's done dripping. I'm going to pull her out. Hope I don't get it on my new camera. Hope I don't get it on you guys. Oh, she's nice and slippery now. Alright. Whoa, my fat ass out of here like a fucking beached whale. And all this water. Alright, so I'm going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Keep pouring this oil in the funnel, let it drain in there since it's taking forever. Oh. These are some nice lights from Walmart, guys. Got magnets on them. Stick pretty good. Takes forever to charge them up if you run them dead, but they last for a pretty good long time. But what I'm changing right now is this piece if I can get it off. Get the plug off without breaking it. It's my heater knob only works in high, and this is what everybody on the internet says is wrong with it. We know that when you find it on the internet, it's always true. So I gotta pull this out and put or pull the old one out and put the new one in. And I know some of you are like, oh, just buy a new truck. Just buy a new truck. Stop being a tightwad. You're right, I'm being a tightwad. I don't think new trucks are worth it. They just, cause people to go more and more in debt. Well, I turned y'all off, got the plug swapped out. There it is. I got a heat shrink it. I don't even know why I turned you back on to tell you I got a heat shrink. I should have just heat shrinked it and turned you back on and say, hey, I'm done, I'm gonna plug it back in and test it. So let me turn you back off, go get the heat gun so I can heat shrink it, which means I gotta walk to the other garage again. So, old one, all rusted, corroded, all rusted and burnt off on the inside. The plug was all burnt, got hot on both sides. So, still pouring the oil in it. I guess next time I'll take the screen out of the funnel. So it'll run through quicker. Like I said, it's in the passenger side, right behind the battery, and I guess that's a emissions canister or whatever that garbage is. So I'm gonna plug it back up. Make my new plug. How's it doing there? Goes down like that. Get all these new wires twisted. It won't take them long for them to gain their own memory. I guarantee you that. Alright, it clicked in. Oil still draining in. So let's go on the inside and see if it fixed it. Oh yeah, $20 fix. Ding ding, fries are done. That took 10 minutes. Can't wait to see the time lapse. Peace. Transmission time. Sucks about doing this in an emergency kind of situation. So laying on cold concrete without having your torpedo heater. Torpedo heater. Doesn't smell burnt. I don't know if that's a magnet or not, but there's nothing on it. I don't know if I'd say it's like pink, like new fluid. Now I'll make a mess on my floor. I'll clean that up so the wife goes, hey, you got my garage dirty. Listen here, woman. I'll pay for the house. Don't tell her I said that. She doesn't watch my YouTube videos, so I'm safe. I'll tell you my best investment for this truck so far has been the Mishimoto transmission cooler. I put that thing in, well, going from a burnt transmission, because I didn't put it in until the transmission was rebuilt. But after I put that in and I was driving it, I dropped my average degree, probably 15 to 20 degrees. I was towing either my toy hauler or my race trailer during the summer here in North Florida, South Georgia, and it would creep around 190, 180, and that was with the old transmission. I understand my other transmission was getting burnt up. But now, last summer I towed my trailer around, and I was averaging about 145 to 160 in temperature, depending on going uphill, downhill, or just flat towing it down the interstate. That transmission cooler, and plus the transmission itself, makes a world of difference. And after they rebuilt my transmission, I'd gained about 100 more miles per tank. Don't worry, guys. I got my safety squints on. It's getting the dirt out. Oh. I don't know about my squints. We've got my safety shower. Oh! Did y'all see that? Safety squint that right in the eye. Anybody know how to pull the filter out? Maybe I should have YouTubed it first. My safety squints. I didn't have them on, but I was safe. I don't know if y'all see the safety squints that you should have been wearing. Tranny fluid on my new camera. Ugh. I gotta clean you guys up and myself. Oh, Sam recommended all plastic, so I made sure I got all plastic. Don't know why, but that's what the man told me. Goes up in there. I made sure the old seal was out, came out with the other filter. And then there's notches in top of the filter that go around some of the bolts. So you push it up to where it doesn't slide back and forth. And you know it's not side to side in the wrong spot. I hate the smell of transmission fluid. And aircraft mechanic in the Air Force, hydraulic fluid. I didn't like that stuff either. But you do what you gotta do. I love my tow pig. She raped me tonight. But $250 worth of stuff to do the oil and the transmission. But I called around. And they wanted $300 and some odd just to change the transmission fluid and the filter. I got it for like 80 some dollars, and I'll tell you right now, if I didn't have you guys here with me recording and the mess I made and trying to clean it up so I don't have to lay in it, this ain't been 30 minutes. I don't know if they were going to flush it, put it on the machine, or what. But I ain't trying to knock somebody's business. But I ain't paying you $350 to drop a pin. People's like, well, you know, they got their hourly wages, they got their overhead. Well, that's fine. The only thing I got over my head right now is this transmission. I'm gonna go get my ratchet. And then I'll get my calibrated Air Force elbow out. And we'll torque these bad boys down. Video on. I don't know if you guys know it, for being an aircraft mechanic in the Air Force, you can get your elbow certified for torquing. I might not be picking it up on camera, but she's clicking. See, and y'all thought I cranked it down with the impact gun. And I know y'all gonna be like, oh, you reused the old gasket. Well, hopefully it don't bite me in the butt, but this was the one that has the crush sleeves in it. To where I guess you could technically over torque it, but it's the other one they gave me was just a regular flat rubber one, and it's crushed inside the box. So trying to get it to lay on there straight and stay on there, and then I don't know if my elbow's calibrated to not crush that one to the point that it would leak. But we're all buttoned up, and I guarantee you, between all the footage that it's been running, this went longer than 20 minutes, and they wanted $300 and some odd to do this. Now, I am going to admit my funnel has got the screen in it, so it's probably going to take 20 minutes just to get all the fluid in it. All right, we just got through finishing filling up the transmission. Put your foot on the brake and put it in reverse. All right, go back and park. We put about 11 quarts in it, so hopefully that was good. The dipstick was saying it was too full, so hopefully you reverse and park and it'll pump it around. Put your foot on the brake and go to drive. Try to move. Go ahead, car. Go back to drive. Yeah, that's better. All right, park. All right, I'm gonna jump in a truck and do a test drive. Well, there it is, YouTube. Emergency oil change. Well, the oil change wasn't emergency. I was going to do it today anyway, just because. But the emergency change on a transmission filter and fluid to see why when I push the brakes, it's got a rumble to it, and it's not a rotor. Like, I know how rotors feel when they're warped, and it only does it like when you get real slow, right before you come to a red light. A rotor does it speed, if you're at a high speed, your pedal jumps a lot, and then as you slow down, it's the rotor, the rhythm of the bent rotor or whatever slows down too. This is when you're coming in, it's like you can hear it and feel it. It's like just like that. I mean, and I let my son test drive it after we got the fluid in it and everything to warm it up and come back and check it. And sitting in the passenger seat, it didn't sound like it was trying to pull the motor down like I thought before. So I'm thinking maybe rear diff, U-joint maybe. Comment below and tell me what you think it might be. I'm telling you, what it sounds like and feels like is when you're driving a standard shift vehicle and you're coming to a red light, and for that split second you forget to push the clutch in, and it's like, oh, I'm either going to die or I'm going to try to take off. Sam told me it could be a torque converter going out. I hope not. There's a built transmission, new torque converter, and I think it's not even 2 years old. I'm going to have to go talk to the guy that rebuilt it and see if maybe it's still under warranty. But Tow Pig got me tonight for some good money. She needed it. Oh, and fixed the heater motor. Yep, accomplished 3 things when I was only trying to do 2, but it took forever for the oil to drain back out of the funnel. So like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Share it, get me out there so YouTube can find me. Notification bell and comment. It's all the craze on YouTube now on, trying to get us YouTubers to be discovered. If you're wanting to help me go that route. But Thank you. And that was like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next one.